Hey there everyone, it's Yaken here, back with another review video. Yeah, today's review content is a little bit different because I would like to question this device. So today's main star is the Sony Xperia 5 Mark III. Uh, should you be actually getting one today in 2022? So we going to discuss about it and let's find out more about this device. So now let's kickstart things with the design of this Sony Xperia 5 Mark III. Okay, here are the numbers here. You can go and check it out, the full specification and it. But let's continue talk about the design of this phone. So it's actually quite narrow and slim, and basically the dimensions here is 157 by 68 by 8.2 millimeter. Yeah, this phone thickness, wow, is really slim. If you compare with a lot of numerous flagship smartphone, you do notice this phone is really slim, compact as well. And also the weight here on this device is like extremely lightweight as well. It's only rated at 168 grams. Yes, that light. So making it very convenient when you are like doing a lot of shoots and so on. Okay. Overall, the feel of touching, grabbing this phone, you can use it like with one hand, regardless of your hand size. It's very easy. Okay, my thumb literally can reach most of the spaces on this Xperia 5 Mark III display. And moving on to the rest of the phone's design, so you got the SIM card tray slot here, which supports micro SD card as well, up to 1 TB if you need to know. And then there's antenna bands. Okay, and basically on the right here you also get the antenna band, you get the volume rocker, fingerprint slash power button, a dedicated voice assistant button here, and a shutter button. Yes, if you love to take photos and videos, these shutter buttons help a lot. Okay, and for the top part, you basically get a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack here with a microphone for your camera as well. And then at the bottom, antenna bands again, you get the microphone for the camera, mic USB Type C charging port over here. And for those who are wondering, hey, where are the speaker grills on this phone? So basically they are actually located on the display. Okay, so they are actually firing from the front display. So if you look closely on the sides here, there's a hole for it, dual stereo speakers. Same goes at the bottom here. The bottom one is a little bit quite fine to look at. All right, you really need to look properly, but basically overall that's the design of it. And at the back, the glass is really glossy, reflective as well. Very easy to get fingerprint smudges, so I highly recommend you guys get a casing as soon as possible when you get this phone. And then the camera bump design, I would say, is kind of hit and miss. All right, it's a hit and miss thing, but overall this phone, yeah, is the design is pretty much dedicated to someone that is looking for a slim and compact smartphone. Now let's talk about the performance here on this Xperia 5 Mark III. So out of the box, you're getting the Snapdragon 888 chipset over here, which is 2021 chipset, and it's also a 5G chipset as well, so you're actually future proof over here. This device out of the box is running Android 11, but for this review unit I'm actually updated to Android 12. For the RAM and internal memory, it has 8 gigs of RAM here, 256 gigabytes of internal storage here, and like I mentioned earlier, it supports micro SD card and you can expand up to 1 TB of space here. I would say the performance here is actually very adequate even in 2022. okay, you won't be getting any slouch, any lags or whatsoever, because the Snapdragon 888 chipset, like I say, still perform wonderful till today. uh just don't see too much about the benchmark numbers. uh for general mass users, you will definitely find this device is fluid enough for your daily tasks, gaming and entertainment. Pretty much good. Okay, and if you want to do some gaming, yes, it's capable as well. It can run Genshin Impact and all kind of game titles. Now let's talk about the display over here. Okay, you can also read on the points here as well, the specification for the display here. So basically it's rocking a 6.1 inches 21 by 9 cinema wide display. Yes, it's a Full HD plus HDR OLED screen over here, which supports 120Hz refresh rate and 240Hz motion blur reduction screen. It has also 240Hz touch scanning rate. There's a lot of features on the display, but overall the display experience here is really nice. If you are using a lot for like content viewing, gaming, yeah, you're going to love the screen here. And as for the speakers, it has stereo speakers as well, on the top and at the bottom. They sound really nice. Okay, let's check out the sample clip right now, okay, featuring the display and the audio department.
Now both been compromised. Slap the taste out of business, Mount Rainbow.
Cody cutter from the middle rope. Ball break, no problem.
It's not looking good for the Miz right now.
It's about to get worse, King.
Crossroads.
Now, moving on to the battery department, the Xperia 5 Mark III here rocks a 4500 milliamp battery. Yes, and out of the box, Sony also provides the charging brick as well. This is a 30-watt charging brick, okay, and it's a USB Type-C to USB Type-C charger as well. It's a USB PD fast charging adapter, if you want the exact name. Battery life here, I would say generally quite normal flagship smartphone battery life. Could last you a day, could be even faster if you are a heavy user as well, because it's just 4500 milliamp battery. Not say the best, couldn't say the bad as well. Okay, just adequate. And charging speed here, you need to use a type C to type C charger in order to get fast charging. So if you are using like a type C to type A chargers, it will only charge slow. So now let's head over to the main highlight for this Xperia 5 Mark III, the cameras. Okay, you can read the full specification here, but I will just briefly introduce the cameras here. So on the rear camera, is actually rocking a triple camera setup featuring a 12 megapixel main camera, a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, and a 12 megapixel wearable zoom periscope telephoto camera here. And on the front camera is actually rocking a 8 megapixel selfie shooter. The rear cameras here is actually protected and covered by the Zeiss T-Star coated lens. For photography, you need to go to the camera app here, okay, and you have basically few modes to select. So usually you are greeted with the basic mode. So basic mode is the full auto mode, so you just click and just happy with your final outcome. All right, you can do a little bit of adjustment as well. So you can do like burst mode, you can turn on your flash, your photo resolutions, aspect ratio, you can adjust the bokeh, you can even adjust the color tones, the brightness of it. It's very very simple, and also in this basic mode you can also take selfies as well. But once you go into like auto mode, program, shutter speed priority, and manual exposure, you would not able to access the selfie mode. Okay, so basically the manual mode is where you do all your manual settings here. Okay, if you're a pro photographer, you definitely going to use this manual settings here. Although you also can do some settings as well, but you are limited to it. Okay, but overall the photo experience here is really really good, whether it's in basic or auto. I do notice in basic mode, the photos with the HDR turn on, they look very very nice as well. Photos taken from the manual mode is really up to your settings and your liking as well, but the outcome is from the manual settings. It does feels like you are shooting on a Sony Alpha mirrorless camera. Now, if you want to take videos on this Xperia 1 Mark III, there are two apps you need to open: the basic camera app and Cinema Pro. So for now, let's talk about the basic camera app first. Okay, basic camera app allows you to take rear camera videos and selfie camera videos as well. But for the Cinema Pro, it only focus on the rear cameras only. Okay, and what makes the difference between both app is basically in this basic camera app, it only captures videos up to 4K 30 frames per second, and for the selfie video is only up to 1080p 30 frames per second as well. Yeah, and if you need to shoot 4K 60 frames per second or higher frame rates, you need to use Cinema Pro app. But you still have the ability to do some minor settings as well on this basic camera app as well. You can choose HDR video, you can adjust the color tone, the brightness as well, and so on. However, on this basic camera app, when you're recording video, you can't switch camera on the go. Yeah, that is only my minor major gripe, to be honest. Okay, and video quality here, I would definitely say you need to do some adjustment first. For me, if you do not do any adjustment, I noticed the main camera tend to capture kind of contrast and low brightness video. Yeah, so you need to tune the brightness on the video recording before you click the shutter button first. Okay, make sure it's your liking, and then you go ahead and settle it. So check out some sample videos I have taken with this basic camera app.
Three, two, one.
Let's head over to the Cinema Pro app. When you first open the Cinema Pro app, there is some warning that will make you worry a little bit. Okay, it will tells you that the camera can be overheated. Okay, and it will show this symbol. Once this symbol show out, you need to stop recording. Yeah, this kind of warning as a user, it makes me feel a little bit uncertain with the camera performance. But if you are not shooting a lot at hot outdoor area, yeah, you won't have any issue. You still feel some warm, but not that warm. But if you are shooting like outdoor area, yeah, I do receive before the overheat warning. So basically that's the Cinema Pro app I need to tell you guys. And here you have the option to choose all your frame rates and so on. Okay, but the frame rate is only available when you open new folders. Okay, so basically you need to open a project and you have to ready like rename it like 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, and so on. Otherwise it will, you once you open the folder, you are not able to change the frame rates per second anymore. So that is also another thing you need to notice also. Okay, so when you are doing this video shooting with the Cinema Pro app, here it will gives you the option to have Vanish CS, all kind of color modes you need, the lock modes as well. Okay, but Vanish CS is still the best here. Okay, I rarely go for others unless I want to be a little bit too artistic on my videography. And yeah, moving on, you also can change the lens, but however once you shoot you can't change the lens, so you need to figure out which lens you want to shoot beforehand. Okay, and also make sure the settings is suit that lens as well. Okay, and then you can change the white balance, the focus, the ISO, the shutter speed. It's up to you. All right, and then you can also do screen grab. For me, the Cinema Pro app works actually quite well. My only issue, like again, I can't switch lens on the go. All right, and it's only shooting in wide format. Yes, it's actually shooting in 21:9. So if you are a 16:9 video maker, yeah, you need to do a lot of editing on this video format. Yeah, so but anyway, once you are shooting in Cinema Pro, you really need to do a lot of editing as well, because Vanish CS, yeah, you need to fine tune the colors and so on. So that's all for the Cinema Pro. Okay, let's check out some Cinema Pro clips that I shot with. Okay folks, so I need to wrap things up on this Xperia 5 Mark III with my final verdict. Okay, so earlier in the video I asked a question that whether this phone is it still worth it to get it in 2022. My answer is yes and no. Okay, but hear me out first. Okay, firstly, the price. Okay, this phone will cost you 4,599 ringgit Malaysia. If you head over to Sony Malaysia website, okay, let me show you. If you purchase it right now through the website, it gives you a free casing, screen protector, and a WF-1000 XM3 wireless earbuds. I think if you are getting the free gifts, then the price is quite worthy. So for my answer, yes and no, let's start why no to this device. I would say no to this device if you're a general user who are relying the camera's auto features. Yes, if you are someone that is not a content creator, someone that is just a casual smartphone user, I don't recommend you to get this device. It's really challenging at times, especially in the camera's settings there. If you have no passion to do manual setting on the cameras, then I say no. But if you want to buy for general usage, yeah, it's still capable to deliver your needs. Okay, and for why I say this device is yes to get it in 2022, basically if you're a content creator, a power user, I think this device will serve you very well in 2022. There's much to like, especially the cameras here. Photos taken are really nice. You have the options to do a lot of manual settings. You got Cinema Pro as well. You are getting a lot of professional features downsized into this form factor, I don't think you can get the experience of it from a mirrorless camera in such compact form. And with that price, 4,599 ringgit Malaysia, you don't really need to invest any more lenses as well. You got a multitude of lenses here that is able to cover the usage for a content creator. Alright guys, so that's all for the review of this Sony Xperia 5 Mark III. Long story short, if you're a content creator, go for it. You should consider this device. But if you're a general casual smartphone user, yeah, you can skip this device here. Okay, special shout out thanks to Sony Malaysia for loaning this review unit for a couple of weeks for content purposes. However, this is not a paid content, therefore there's no creative input, no final approval is needed by Sony. Sony and the audience are watching at the same time when this video goes live. Alright, yeah, and also this device I have actually tested it around more than a week. So in the future updates, those software updates might differ the device experience, so take note of that. And what else more, if you're still new to the YouTube channel, yeah, please go ahead and subscribe, give a thumbs up, like on this video as well, share, comment, hit the notification bell, and I see you guys on the next video.